All right, the National Football League, as expected, will be taking a closer look at the incident that happened last week involving Ezekiel Elliott. He was at a music festival in Las Vegas. There was one moment in a video that came out. TMZ, as they always do, had the video. Elliott kind of in the face of a security guard, the security guard getting backed up against a fence, the security guard falling down. Look, this is the kind of thing that for a player who has never been in trouble with the NFL before would, I think, have no issues, no worries, no problems. But because Elliott has that 6-game suspension from 2017, he's a repeat offender in the eyes of the NFL. They're going to look into it. We'll see what they do. I think the NFL is going to tread more lightly now than they did 2 years ago. I think there's been a shift in how aggressively the NFL pursues guys who haven't been arrested or charged, and Elliott facing no arrest, no charge, no legal entanglement at all from the criminal or civil justice system as a result of what happened last week. But because it's Ezekiel Elliott and because of what happened 2 years ago, Charles Robinson of Yahoo reports the NFL is likely to look into it. I don't know what they'll do with it, but I'm not surprised at all, Chris, that they're going to look into it.
No, not surprised either. I mean, it's Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in football. And like you said, he's got prior history. So I understand that as well. Now, listen, there was some discrepancies in how the NFL went about getting Ezekiel Elliott suspended the 6 games 2 years ago anyways. There was issues there. So I do think we have to note that. And did it look a little unfair in some areas as far as that investigation? Yes, but okay, we're not going to go there right now. At the very least right here, I just go, what are you going to really get Ezekiel Elliott in trouble for? Are we going to suspend him football games for chest bumping a security guard? Is that where we're going to go now? I mean, so I don't understand that.
Well, stop.
Okay,
stop.
I get
it. Stop right there.
Go.
Stop right there.
Stop.
A security guard is an authority figure, right? You're at an event. Security guard is there for security. You're getting in that person's face. You're a chest bump, a little chicken wing, put him down on the ground. The personal conduct policy prohibits actual or threatened violence against anyone. It doesn't have to be domestic violence. It doesn't have to be only a female, and I know that the NFL has been very, very vigilant, as they should be, about violence committed against women. But if it's a security guard, no matter how big or small, if you are engaging in that kind of activity, you are potentially running afoul of the personal conduct policy.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. What happened 2 years ago, sketchy,
right,
questionable. But as far as the NFL is concerned, 6-game suspension. He's a repeat offender. We're not going to relitigate what happened 2 years ago in order to determine whether or not Elliott is in position to have enhanced penalties. That's the key. Because it's a repeat offender, he gets enhanced penalties. What happens to him is going to be much worse than what happened to somebody who's got no prior record as far as the NFL is concerned. So that's why this becomes something that we need to at least pay attention to. Whatever the NFL does, we need to pay attention to it because of the history.
I get you there, and yes, I mean, I know they have to, and I understand a security guard is an authority, figure, and all those things. I get it. I guess this is what bothers me, Mike, that the NFL comes out and makes comments about this case quicker and acknowledges it more publicly quicker than they did the Tyreek Hill video, audio tape. That's where I just don't understand the NFL right now. We're going to address, the video of a guy chest bumping a security officer, but we're not going to make a comment for a month about the guy threatening, his fiance who has domestic abuse of violence. That's where I just don't understand the NFL is sometimes. They make a comment real quickly on this thing, and then that one got swept under the rug for a number of days.
Let's be clear. The NFL hasn't made a comment on Ezekiel Elliott. I've sent multiple emails, and they haven't responded to them. This is a report that the league is likely to look at it from an external media company, Yahoo.
I'm wrong, then.
This isn't the NFL coming out and saying we're going to do this. And you know what? Last week, the only reason that the NFL said anything about Tyreek Hill, the commissioner was asked about it last week at a press conference that happened at the end of the ownership meeting, the typical May ownership meeting. The commissioner makes himself available. And if somebody had asked about Ezekiel Elliott, he would have had to deal with it then, but nobody asked about Ezekiel Elliott.
I jumped the gun. I'm sorry, NFL. I'm sorry, NFL. I jumped the gun there.
But still, I agree with you. I think there should be a greater degree of transparency if they are looking into these things. And a lot of times they will say the matter is under review. I don't know why they have declined to acknowledge what I think is fairly obvious. It should be under review because of Elliott's history.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.